All right, the countdown has begun as the UK prepares to vote on a referendum that will decide whether they stay or go. We're talking about the EU. Markets around the world watching it very closely and very nervously. The big question is what happens if they decide to go? What does it mean for the UK, Europe, and, of course, selfishly, what does it mean for us? Joining us now, Louise Mensch, Michael Maslansky, and Peter Morici. Louise, you have been adamant. I mean, I've been watching you on Twitter, and you've been like they let you out of the cage. Like why are you so adamant about the UK leaving the EU?
It is so exciting. July the 4th is American Independence Day, and June the 24th is going to be British Independence Day, because we're going to get our sovereignty back, and we're going to get an enormous amount of money back, and we're going to get controlled, managed migration instead of blanket immigration from the EU, which is the blank check that we are now forced to sign each year.
What went wrong? Listen, when the EU was formed, they didn't even let the Great Britain in. Then they voted twice. France kept them out of the game. I mean, your country almost begged to be a part of this, United States of Europe, and all of a sudden you don't want to be in?
Oh, no. The last time we had a vote, it was 1975, and we had a I was 4 years old. I'm going to be 45 this month. That's the last time we had a vote. Thank you, sir.
Hope you get the present you're looking for.
Me too, but we voted to join a common market because free trade is good. It had absolutely none of this overrule national governments, take the place of a democratically elected government, impose a common currency. I like the United States, but Britain doesn't want to be New Jersey. We're a proud country of our own, and we will keep our own sovereignty. Thank you very much, and trade with our allies.
Peter Morici, let's talk about the economics of it all. The Bank of England has set aside 3 emergency measures. The ECB saying today that they're going to come through with emergency measures because if it's a no vote, all hell could break loose and billions of dollars could be lost.
Well, let me be clear. I'm in favor of Britain leaving the EU. Near term, there's going to be a lot of disruption because, after all, businesses, banks, everyone else has aligned themselves to European policies, and this creates a great deal of uncertainty. So certainly markets will be disrupted. But longer term, Britain will be a much more competitive economy. It'll have better control over its labor force and over its banking policies. And frankly, I think Britain's future lies in trading with North America and Asia. Right now, it's shackled to a corpse.
You know, Michael, the polls have the momentum on leave is big. The YouGov has a 46 leave, 39 remain. Some of the other polls are just as much. But the bettors, the professional bettors in the UK, are actually betting heavily that they ultimately vote to stay. How do you see this, and what do you think is driving the average person over there in this?
Well, I think the bettors were wrong on Trump, and they may very well be wrong on this. I think they're basing it on past experience. The last time that there was a referendum and in similar votes, the votes for the status quo have tended to close in the final months. In this case, we've got a different environment. There are a lot of things like the movement that's fueling Donald Trump in America that are fueling the move for the Brexit in the UK, and I think that those may ultimately persuade more people to leave. They want change. They're scared about what's going on with migration, and they're not happy with the economic environment. And the result is they say, let's do something different. I don't care what it is.
Well, Louise, you guys just had that razor-thin vote with Scotland. And apparently Scotland is saying if the UK leaves the EU, then ultimately Scotland will leave.
Well, all those same polls that you're citing have been done in Scotland, and many Scots do not want to go through another referendum. They had a binding referendum. Look, Donald Trump, at the risk of annoying all your Twitter followers, Charles, is toxic in the United Kingdom. It is, honestly, it's a different argument.
Aren't these the same things? It's an anti-establishment movement. It's an open borders movement. There are a lot of parallels that he has seized upon in his country that are driving the yes vote in England.
No, because we don't demonize immigrants. What we just want to have is managed migration. Your other guest was quite right. The United States is the biggest investor in Great Britain, and we have, in terms of market turmoil, we've seen this before, Charles. We came out of the exchange rate mechanism. We were forced out of the exchange rate mechanism. We were lined up to join the euro. We were bounced out of it by George Soros. What happened? Momentary market turmoil. After that, a sustained period of years.
Turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, let's leave it there.